Good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day. I stayed in Lafayette, Louisiana with my new friend Arceneaux and his son Dallas. Dallas is about to take me out on the boat. What we gonna see? What we gonna do today?
Hopefully we're gonna see a few alligators. We're gonna go down the Vermilion, take you behind to Charlo, a little duck hunting spot. Nice little spread. Hopefully see some good shots, get some good footage, see some cypress, and enjoy the land while we're out here.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
So being from South Louisiana, we have a tendency to be very proud and very respectful about the things we do in our homeland and where we come from. And one of these things is enjoying the water on the Vermilion, sitting here where we at, giving a beautiful tour of South Louisiana as far as we can go. We come up to Long Bridge in Broke Bridge, crawfish capital of the world, and just been getting some good shots and trying to show them all the beautiful blue heron that's out here, the ducks that are running through the Vermilion right now, all the cypress knees, all the lilies that are blooming. It's beautiful, and honestly, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Awesome, man.
Never.
Thanks for taking me out on the tour, man. This has been incredible.
Oh yeah, it's been a pleasure of mine. I love to do this. We hear about every weekend trying to find something to do on the water. If we ain't there, we in the stand.
Good morning, everybody. It's a new day. We're back out on the water. I got my new friend Arceneaux and his son in the back, Dallas.
What's going on?
Where are we at today? What are we gonna see, Arceneaux?
Well, here we are in Bayou. It's right outside of Port Barre, Louisiana. So we're gonna probably take you down what this is called Bayou into Lake Grommet that runs all the way to the backside of Lake Pelbit and Bijou, which runs across the Chafalaya Basin. So we're gonna run you down there and see if we can find some alligators.
Awesome. Sounds good. Let's do it.
So we got us a crawfish trap, deep water crawfish trap. Again, this used to be all underwater. This hole back here used to be underwater, so probably used to have about a good 6-8 foot of water. So here's where these guys, these crawfishermen, they'll mark their trees with their traps. This is their tags. This is always out of the water. So again, we're probably in about 6 foot of water right here. This one was tied up over here by this tree. And this is a good little hole back up in here. Could make a good duck hole, but yeah, this is what they were using for their deep water crawfishing. But of course you can see the drought. Everything is dried up, so there's no water, no nothing back here. Of course, all the alligators are finding bigger, deeper holes. They're not out today. There's a lot of small ones. Did you catch anything, my brother?
Oh, a few little cyclades,
Yeah.
brim.
Yeah, so we down here in Bayou Catawba. Come and check out some alligators. Was hoping to see some bigger ones. Not really too many big ones out today, but just due to the fact that it's so shallow back here. Maybe the temperature might have a little play on that. But a crazy thing to notice is people think water back here really holds. Obviously, you can tell it hasn't. That's the watermark right there. I mean, people would like to think that it's down here, but that's dead wrong. That's just from the residual water that's been sitting in here. So you can usually tell we're about, what, another 6-8 feet above water. So we real low back here. It's real shallow. Most of the time, you can't even see the bottom of these over there. You won't be able to see. If you check out on that dead cypress over there, you can see the water mark about halfway up where that mud stops. And that might be the cause for this, but this year we suffered a lot of drought and heavy loss of water back here in the bayous, and it hasn't really been good for anybody. But hopefully we'll make a turnaround before duck season starts and payal comes out on all of them. Hopefully so.
Good morning, everybody. It's a brand new day. Yesterday we were at Bayou Catawba looking for some big gators, and the water level was just so low. The gators weren't out, the big ones at least. And Arceneaux just wasn't satisfied with that. He's like, I gotta show you some big gators. Let me take you down to Lake Martin and see what we can find out there. So that's where we're at today. We're gonna check that out and hopefully see some big gators. So I was out of Born Free, Texas, and I met all kinds of great people from Lafayette, Louisiana, Arceneaux, Sean, Youngblood, Mike, Kevin, all kinds of great people. And they said, where are you going after this? I told them I'm headed down to the Keys. They said, why don't you come out to Lafayette, Louisiana? I'll show you around, this and that. And I said, okay. So came out here, and when we was at the campground, Mike riding a street glide, and he was transitioning from the campsite to the main road, and dragged the kickstand spring, popped it off, and his kickstand was dragging. So he kind of zip tied it here and there to get us back to Lafayette. And I stayed the first night in Lafayette, and they said, you know, let's go on down to the dealer, ride down there, and we'll get him a new spring. So I'm riding along. It's me, Arceneaux, and Mike, and I'm just hearing this awful noise coming from my bike, a little vibration here and there, hesitation, grinding. It just sounds bad coming from the rear wheel. So we had a couple ideas, and one of them I was thinking about was that rear wheel bearing just kind of giving out on me. So we get to the dealer, and there's grease coming out of it. You know, it's shot. So the bike's been in the shop. They're doing a rear wheel bearing. I blew out the front fork seals, and I said, why don't you do the front wheel bearing as well? So that was Tuesday, and today is Thursday. They got the bike done. We're gonna pick it up. We're gonna head out of Lafayette tomorrow morning and head for Pensacola. So been a blast here. I've ate so much good food. Arceneaux put me up at his house. Huge thank you to him. Really enjoying him, and he's showing me around. I was out on the mud boat 3 different days now in a row, looking for gator, just showing all the Louisiana beauty that there is, and it's been a blast. Really been enjoying hanging out down here. Definitely gonna have to come back sometime, but so when I do, you guys will see it, and definitely have some more fun. So until then,
lazy bon temps roulé.
So Arceneaux just dropped me off here at Cajun Harley Davidson, picking up the bike. And you know, I had that rear wheel bearing that was bad, and I told him to go ahead and do the front too. Both fork seals were leaking. Talking to Kevin back in Illinois, he was telling me just do the front too. And talking to James in the service department, he's like, yeah, it's a good thing you did the front. It was a little loose too, so the front and rear wheel bearing were both under warranty, so I didn't have to pay for that. Got the fork seals fixed up. Couple dollars there, no big deal. Bike is good to go. They got me cleaned up pretty damn good. So of course that means it's gonna rain on me anytime now, but that's no big deal. Tonight's gonna be my last night in Louisiana. Head out to Pensacola in the morning and head for Key West. I just picked up the bike about 2 hours ago, and I am back at Arceneaux's house doing some editing, doing some planning for Florida. And wouldn't you know it, it is raining outside on my freshly cleaned bike. Didn't even last 3 hours, but that's okay. At least we're not riding in the rain right now. So still the win. You know I ride that thing dirty clean, doesn't matter.